So if you ask someone to describe Germany, their brain probably conjures up, a handful of images.
Yeah.
Steins of beer, crispy bratwurst, maybe some tight leather pants.
Usual suspects.
Yeah, actually. And while those stereotypes are fun, the real Germany is built on something far more impressive. It's a blend of high engineering, deep history, and just a level of cultural richness that will fundamentally change how you travel.
That's absolutely the mission today. We are moving far beyond the cliches and diving deep into Deutschland's true, multifaceted beauty. I mean, from its awe-inspiring nature like the dramatic Bavarian Alps to its incredibly complex history and thriving modern cities.
It's not just about what you know already.
Not at all. It's about the delightful finds waiting in, well, pretty much every single region.
And our goal in this deep dive is to synthesize the best travel guides, personal anecdotes, and all the crucial logistical advice to give you, the first-time visitor, a concise and efficient path to being truly well-informed. And we found that the country has this stellar reputation for being clean, meticulously organized, and having famously well-maintained infrastructure.
And here's the biggest surprise, I think, gleaned from all our sources.
Okay.
While Germany is this, economic powerhouse, it's surprisingly affordable compared to many of its Western European neighbors.
That's a huge point.
It is. If you're planning a multi-week trip, the key takeaway is that lodging and dining outside of, say, central Munich or Berlin are often significantly cheaper than a comparable experience in London or Paris. That opens up real possibilities.
Okay, let's unpack that affordability and start with the essential logistics, because Germany makes moving around almost an art form.
It really does.
First, the easy stuff. The currency is the euro. And while German has these wild, varying regional dialects, excellent English is widely spoken in all the major cities and tourist hotspots. You really shouldn't stress about communication.
What's fascinating here is Germany's central location. It borders 9 other Schengen countries, from Denmark all the way down to Switzerland and over to Poland. This physical location, combined with the seamless border crossings of the Schengen zone, just makes multi-country itineraries incredibly easy to execute.
It's the ultimate hub.
It really is. The ultimate hub for European exploration.
And if you choose to drive, you get the absolute thrill of the world-famous no-speed-limit Autobahns. Driving is easy, it's well-signed, and here's that massive budget win again. The sources confirm there are absolutely no federal tolls for passenger cars.
Which is almost revolutionary.
You can drive the entire country and save a fortune compared to, say, France or Italy. It should absolutely be on your travel bucket list just for the experience alone.
Wow, driving across an entire major country without paying a toll feels...
Yes.
Yeah, revolutionary is the word. But if we connect this to the bigger picture of German use efficiency, the public system is perhaps even more astounding.
The trains.
The Deutsche Bahn, or DD train system. Famously reliable and just so well run.
And when we talk reliable, we mean reliable on a German scale. I mean, one anecdote in our source material stuck with me.
Go on.
The traveler mentioned that when they experienced a delay, it was only 3 minutes, and that was considered a big deal for the conductor.
Right, warranting a public apology.
Exactly. That level of punctuality is just astounding. Does this hold true even for the smaller regional lines, or is that standard reserved primarily for the high-speed IC and ICE routes?
It holds remarkably true across the board, although the high-speed trains certainly exemplify it. But the good news for budget travelers is that you have options. You can use Eurail passes, or for budget long-haul connections between cities, companies like Flixbus are everywhere and highly efficient.
So what does this all mean for you planning your route? We found 2 crucial hacks. First, use a site like Omeo. Think of it as Skyscanner, but specifically for ground travel. It lets you instantly compare the high-speed DB trains against budget options like Flixbus all in one place.
And the second hack is vital for saving money if you're not planning long-haul cross-country travel. You have to look into group discount tickets, specifically something like the Bayern ticket.
Yes, this is a powerful regional pass that grants unlimited regional train travel for one entire day.
And the key actionable detail here is that the Bayern ticket is incredibly social.
Right.
It allows up to 5 people to travel together, making the per-person cost minuscule, especially if you plan on doing day trips from Munich.
Right, provided you start traveling after 9:00 a.m. on weekdays. That ability to move 5 people for a single low price is how you really maximize that affordability factor.
Okay, before we move on, we have one critical financial reminder. Germany is still surprisingly cash dominant.
Mm.
While cards are accepted in most large stores and international restaurants, Germans really value financial privacy, and it's a legacy that encourages cash use.
So don't be surprised if your credit card is refused.
Exactly.
Mhm.
At small bakeries, local markets, or even some mid-range restaurants, always keep a few 20-euro notes handy.
So grab your euros, because whether you're paying cash at a market or riding the hyper-efficient DB system, timing is everything. Let's look at the calendar and shift to the seasonal snapshot.
Yeah, our sources confirm that Germany truly excels as a year-round destination. Each season offers a really unique appeal and set of activities.
Okay, so if you target the fall, you hit the harvest season and the major world-renowned festivals. Of course, there's Oktoberfest,
Right, the world's largest beer festival in Munich.
which famously begins in late September. It's iconic, but it's just the start.
Exactly. Fall is also when you find those unique regional celebrations that offer a different flavor of German culture. So don't overlook events like the world's biggest pumpkin festival in Ludwigsburg,
No, I've heard of that.
or the Wurstmarkt, which is ironically the world's largest wine festival, held in Bad Dürkheim. Fall just brings crisp, clean air, which is perfect for sightseeing without that summer humidity.
And the moment the air turns brisk, we move straight into the magical winter charm. You simply must put the German Christmas markets on your bucket list.
Oh, absolutely.
The sense of atmosphere and tradition is just unmatched. Nobody captures Christmas coziness and joy, that famous Gemütlichkeit, quite like the Germans do.
The sources all highlight Dresden as having the oldest, continuously running Christmas market, the Striezelmarkt. And beyond the markets, you'll find skiing opportunities in the Southern Alps, and the start of Carnival or Fasching season, which is a massive pre-Lenten celebration centered primarily in the cities along the Rhine.
If you prefer blossoms to briskness, spring is beautiful, even if it can be a little rainy. The natural beauty is detailed beautifully in our sources, especially the incredible cherry blossoms in Bonn. And here's where we get that delightful historical contrast. Bonn is famously the birthplace of both Ludwig van Beethoven and the gummy bear legend Haribo.
That's a fantastic illustration of the cultural mix right there. High classical genius next to chewy, sugary global marketing.
Right.
And spring is also perfect for early hiking in the Bavarian Alps, spotting wildflowers and edelweiss. But you definitely need to pack layers for the temperature fluctuations, as the weather can change very quickly.
Then there's summer. These are the long days everyone craves. Temperatures are comfortable, rarely creeping over 80 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 27 Celsius.
And this is when the beer garden season truly explodes.
Yes.
These open-air spots are a cornerstone of German social life, like the huge English Garden beer garden in Munich.
And while many associate summer with beer, it's also the best time to explore Germany's surprising wine culture. You have the chance to taste local vintages at vineyards along the scenic Rhine River and the Moselle Valley, enjoying those long evenings outdoors.
Okay, so now that we know the when and the how, let's dive into the where. We can organize Germany's vast geography by theme, starting with the three essential regional capitals, the big city trio.
Let's start down south with Munich. It serves as the ultimate Bavarian base. The city center is stunning, but its greatest asset has to be the sprawling English Garden.
One of the largest city parks in the world. It's so big you can even find a man-made wave where surfers ride the current year-round.
It's incredible. And speaking of finding things, Munich offers a fantastic money-saving hack. It's an amazing museum district. The Kunsthalle has entrance fees for many major museums that are just €1 on Sundays.
Wow.
So if you're a history or art lover, you have to plan your trip around that Sunday. Plus, Munich is perfectly placed for day trips, as it's only 2.5 hours to Neuschwanstein Castle and a fast 1-hour train ride to Salzburg, Austria.
Okay, moving north, we have Berlin. This city is just endlessly fascinating. It has this unique, dynamic culture that makes it completely distinct from the rest of the country.
It really does.
It is essential for history enthusiasts. I mean, it contains palpable scars and sites like the remnants of the Berlin Wall, Checkpoint Charlie, and the very moving Holocaust Memorial.
And Berlin is fascinating because it doesn't just wallow in the past, it uses it as a springboard. It boasts world-class contemporary museums, a dizzying array of international food, and that famously vibrant nightlife.
It feels young, energetic, and constantly reinventing itself.
Totally. A stark contrast to the more traditional Bavarian lifestyle in Munich.
And finally, in the trio, we have Cologne, which is known for being synonymous with fun and festivity. While it might not be the prettiest city due to the expensive damage during the war,
Right.
the sources highlight two must-see attractions. First, the iconic Kölner Dom Cathedral, A
Yeah,
Gothic triumph so massive it took over 7 centuries to complete.
7 centuries. And second, its atmosphere. Cologne lives for celebration. It's the epicenter of the epic Kölner Carnival celebrations, known for street parties, costumes, and a level of civic participation that draws millions of visitors annually. If you want to see Germans truly let loose, you time your trip for Carnival.
Now, you mentioned Neuschwanstein, but we have to address the fairy tales. Our sources emphasize that Germany has castles in the thousands.
In the thousands, right?
So while Neuschwanstein Castle, the ornate, famous palace that inspired Disney, is essential, you should also seek out the medieval Burg Eltz. It's a quintessential German hilltop fortress, completely untouched by war.
The hidden gems are everywhere once you start looking beyond the headlines. Take a place like Monschau, a sleepy, picturesque village near the Belgian border.
I love Monschau.
It's famous for its clustered, half-timbered houses draped over a roaring river with a quiet castle perched on the hill above. It feels like walking into an old storybook.
Another fantastic find is Erfurt, the charming capital of Thuringia. It's most famous for the Kremmerbrücke, which is the longest continuously inhabited bridge in Europe.
It's basically a street lined with shops and homes.
Exactly, all half-timbered. And it also features these quirky public statues of Children's Channel characters, since it's the national HQ for the Kika channel.
And let's not forget Franconia, an often underrated region in northern Bavaria. This area is ground zero for half-timbered architecture and features an incredible density of breweries. It's where you find historic, beautiful towns like Bamberg, Bayreuth, and the southern part of Nuremberg.
Right, and shifting to some regional standouts, Hamburg is cited as this vibrant lifestyle city. It's almost reminiscent of Vancouver or Seattle. Its modern identity is highlighted by the impressive Elbphilharmonie, that glassy concert hall famous not just for its architecture, but for its perfect acoustics.
And let's not overlook Germany's #1 tourist attraction, the adorable miniature wonderland. It's the largest model railway system in the world. Hamburg is also known for its excellent seafood and a rapidly booming foodie scene, all driven by the city's cosmopolitan nature.
Finally, we have Stuttgart, known as the cradle of the automobile industry.
Right.
This makes it a mandatory stop for anyone interested in the precision and engineering showcased at the Mercedes-Benz and Porsche museums. But if you step away from the automotive history, you'll find architectural gems, like the stunningly modern white Stadtbibliothek, and charming surrounding towns like Esslingen.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me, the culinary deep dive. German food often gets a bad rap, for being heavy or bland.
It does.
But the key takeaway on German cuisine is that you must embrace regionality. It's hearty, savory, protein-packed comfort food that celebrates deep tradition.
That's absolutely right. Don't look for the perfect schnitzel everywhere. Look for the local specialty. The sheer variety is astonishing. Take bratwurst. There are over 40 distinct styles, each linked to a specific town or region, like the short, thin Nuremberger Rostbratwurst.
And schnitzel, which is usually made with pork or turkey, is elevated by the incredible variety of cream, mushroom, or paprika sauces available to top it with.
You absolutely have to try Spätzle. These simple, thick, pasta-like egg noodles are the perfect side dish, often served tossed in a rich, buttery sauce or Cheeskäse-Spätzle.
And they're often seared slightly to get this wonderful, subtle crispness before serving.
And to cut the richness of all that meat and starch, you get Blaukraut,
The classic.
the classic sweet and sour braised red cabbage. It's cooked with apples and spices, providing a necessary tart counterpoint to the savory proteins. It's the perfect palate cleanser, built right into the meal.
And we must mention the sweet surprises. One dish that travelers rave about is spaghetti eyes. It's vanilla ice cream extruded through a press to look exactly like a bowl of spaghetti, topped with a strawberry sauce marinara and white chocolate parmesan.
It's genius.
Or you grab a Berliner, not the person, but the delicious fried dough pastry, often filled with jam or vanilla cream.
The drink culture, of course, revolves around beer, which is governed by the purity law, the Reinheitsgebot. And here's a fun fact. The highest density of breweries in the world is reportedly just outside Bamberg.
Wow.
Common types include the crisp Pilsner, the malty Helles, and the refreshing Weissbier, or wheat beer. And beer gardens are essential. They're like a low-key, family-friendly cornerstone of social life.
But the sophistication of German wine is so often overlooked. It excels in white wine, particularly the world-class Riesling from regions like the Moselle Valley, which is renowned for its vineyards growing on these impossibly steep slopes. That unique terroir gives the wine its characteristic minerality and high acidity.
They also produce excellent reds like Blaufränkisch and Dornfelder. And don't shy away from the local schnapps. These are often clear, potent brandies distilled from local fruit like cherries or plums, and they're a popular choice for sharing after a big meal.
Okay, now for the final round of practical pro tips and cultural context to ensure you travel smoothly.
The essentials.
Let's start with essential phrases. You should know denke, thank you, pizza, please, and the all-important wo ist die Toilette? Where is the bathroom?
And here's the fun cultural fact that I think sums up the German sense of humor perfectly. The phrase ist mir Wurst.
Which means?
It translates literally to, this is sausage to me, but colloquially it means I don't have a preference.
I love that.
That ability to communicate indifference with sausage tells you everything you need to know about prioritizing comfort food.
We also have key safety and cultural reminders. The tap water is safe to drink everywhere, but always check signs on decorative fountains, as that water is non-potable.
Good tip.
Also, Germany has instituted strict single-use plastic bans, so you absolutely need to bring your own reusable shopping bags, or you will be charged for any shopping bags at stores.
Right. And finally, 2 more travel notes. It is considered respectful to wear clothing that covers your knees when visiting historic churches or cathedrals.
Okay.
And while U.S. and Canadian citizens currently only need a valid passport for entry, you must keep in mind the upcoming ETS requirement, which is scheduled for 2026.
Let's define that clearly. ETS is essentially a small travel authorization fee, similar to the U.S. ESTA.
Exactly.
And it will be required for all non-EU travelers entering the Schengen zone. It's a quick online application, but you need to know what's coming, so don't be caught by surprise when planning your future trips.
So what have we learned? Germany is an incredible country that offers a perfect balance of accessible natural beauty. The Black Forest, the Bavarian Alps, and rich, complex history and culture.
And it's so accessible.
Immensely accessible due to its phenomenal transport system, surprisingly affordable for Western Europe, and absolutely packed with unique, rich experiences beyond the initial cliches.
It sounds like the perfect balance of efficiency and unexpected charm. Since we know Germany is full of thousands of stunning castles and elegant palaces that inspired Disney, you should consider focusing your next research effort not just on the famous Neuschwanstein, but on the romantic village's hop itinerary. This path includes smaller picture postcard towns like Dinkelsbühl and Rothenburg of the Tauber, where fairy tales seem to come to life around every half-timbered corner. What slice of German charm will you explore first?